folks, welcome back for another episode of Our Journeys, and we are starting off with a friendly match between boetthiah, I believe, boetthiah, the war hero, and Kfluffy.npo-Friends. I believe we have watched boetthiah before, because I think I've struggled with the double T's before, because I'm like, is it boetthiah or boetthiah? I don't know, but, so anyway, yeah, so we're checking out a casual match to ease into the episode. We're seeing the Defiler for the first time in a long time. I talked to somebody recently who said they'd seen it often, but I haven't seen him get much play. I mean, he used to, for those of you who don't know, he used to automatically summon, so Ancestral Dead would have been on the board in the old days, which just made him ridiculous, especially with Squish the Wimpy and things like that. I mean, just being able to select an opponent creature, and if you've got the right stuff, give him, you know, lethal, or give him a weapon or something, and he could just completely turn the game over. This is still effective. It keeps your hand full, but it's not ridiculously OP. And if he dies, obviously in like a squish effect, you know, he's off the board. Whereas, I mean, he's still off the board, but I don't know what I'm saying. Moving on. Haha. He's going to deny the Defiler any more of his defiling shenanigans, which I can appreciate just on GP. Like, in the game, that's fine, but in general, I don't want some guy going around digging up graves. That's just kind of creepy. I don't think we should be celebrating that and allowing him to bring back these corpses. That's just disturbing. But there are crazier things in the Elder Scrolls world, so I'm not going to get too much harped on that. We do see boetthiah sitting on a Rebellion General, which is one of the big cards for this. Does have two critters in play, so we might see him come down here just to kind of help offset. Although he's not in a really bad position, Fingers of the Mountain would be a viable play, but if he wants to get value out of these two, because they're going to die this turn, pretty much whatever they kill. So I think Rebellion General is going to come down. It would give this guy, what does he do? He triggers the Wax. So you draw a card and give him 1/1 with drain, which allows him to survive this trade. And draws him a card.
Dark times breathe.
And he can still use an Assassin's Ritual to take out the 3/3. And I don't know if Krakatoa is on my list as well. He is! Oh no! We're missing an opportunity for dual spectating here. I could have sworn I recognized the name. Tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and dual spectate here. I got to remember to look for the icons when I do this, so that we can just, because I think that's like the third time that I've done that. I've jumped into a game thinking I'm only seeing one side of it. But all right, so now we can see Krakatoa 95. What they've got: finish off, Venom Tongue, another finish off. So Brotherhood. So right now their hand is a bit cluttered with the finish offs, especially considering how many lethal creatures they had to work with. I'm guessing we'll see Venom Tongue and the Slayer come out. Brotherhood Slayer in the left. All right, now he's going to hold on to the Venom Tongue, perhaps for a Squish the Wimpy opportunity. But we know with boetthiah still having that another Assassin's Ritual. This is probably another Brotherhood Slayer that is going to be slain. I mean, the thing though is it's not quite as crucial at this point, simply because Krakatoa is running low on cards, and so I can't remember who I talked to, but they're like, look, having all the magic in the world doesn't matter if you don't have any cards, and if you have all the cards in the world and not enough magicka, it doesn't matter. So you have to take into that consideration, which it looks like boetthiah has decided that it is not worth. It doesn't care if Krakatoa gets that contract on the target. I was looking to just push the aggressiveness there. And he yoinked the Defiler. Slay is that's a huge help.
Greetings, citizen.
But again, that's giving a lot of contracts. Even if he could almost play everything without him. So probably see the Wardcraft to protect his gray fox. Oh no, Wisp Mother and then Wardcraft, or Wardcraft just pretty much everything. Alright, he sees the finish off. So more than likely his Rimmen
Watch
Purveyor
yourself
is done for. So putting up the Great Fox. Yep. And it looks like boetthiah is going to be able to close this out. Cicero. So yeah, Krakatoa has a lot of great slay. You want to see him earlier in the game. Morag Tong, he's really bad later in the game, especially in a situation like this. I mean, granted,
Die.
it does allow him to trigger, but a lot of times if you're racing, you're trying to get to your opponent's cards, the last thing you want to do is put a guard down in front of yourself. So, boetthiah has lethal on the board, doesn't have any reach. So if it goes for it and doesn't make it a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so just over exact lethal. So not exact lethal, more than lethal. Not going to be able to skip a rune break. Goes for it. Good game.
Thank you. It has been an engaging.
There we go. A friendly game. In every sense of the word. Okay. I don't know what's gone on here, but we've got AyRoss.NPO, who has a Twitch channel, by the way. Suggest you check it out. It is that exact same name in Twitch. Up against Reveries. Reveries in the Thief, trying to make his push to Legendary. AyRoss in Legendary, number 62. I would say pushing for the top 10 probably is, but just doing it off the cuff because he's already got that nifty card back. He's been there before many, many times. I don't know. Well, wait a minute. I have boetthiah enjoying the Wax Wane mechanic, which is nice because, I mean, that's, like, I think... Oblivion and the invade mechanic kind of soured us on it, but it's really cool when you can come up with, I mean, like expertise. Expertise is not amazing, and honestly, Wax Wane in most situations isn't like amazing. They're not broken, but they can both be used to great effect and can be made respectable, with some tweaking and refining. They may not be the top tier. I don't know. Maybe they could be. Some of you may know, and it's certainly gauntlets. I mean, I know Card Shark Charlie / Joseph / gosh, what was the OG name? I'm trying to remember now. Who's got the alternate art bat there? Wait, she got Umbra, is that what it is? Yeah, okay. Usually a liability, because you can't really target who you attack. You could very well want to keep your creature alive, and it's going to attack the one lethal creature that's somewhere on the board. Right now, Reveries is going crazy with the drain. The cool thing though is, if I'm not mistaken, AyRoss is running from, if you remember from the last time we spectated, he's doing the doppelganger shenanigans. He's trying to reduce the cost of his doppelgangers and use them in conjunction with Wisp Mother to doppelgang one thing like 30,000 times, something amazing, like an Odaving or a Encano or something like that. Or in this case, a Nyx Ox. And I guess maybe a Genius Path Mage? No?
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest.
Oh no, he's ramping that magic. Oh, he's going for Odaving. Odaving gonna clear the... Okay, up to 15 now. I don't know if he was trying to get... There we go. Big ol' Oda. Probably, I would imagine, maybe a little reluctant. One, because Odaving is one of the few cards he doesn't have in premium, and he's embarrassed to play it. I'm just kidding, Andy. Just kidding. Although it is, I mean, you really need to make sure you get him in a premium.
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest.
So he's doing, actually, so I'm mistaken. It would seem. He's doing the Nyx Ox combo. Something similar to it. Obviously, you see the Nyx Ox here. For those of you who don't know, Nyx Ox combo is using Genius Path Mage before he got nerfed, and Nyx Ox, and, well, what else was the other key? And Laneth.
To me.
You could pretty much, and obviously you give Mentor's Ring. He's missing the charge creature is the big miss right here.
Fortune's smile upon me.
If he had that, he could have given that Mentor's Ring and then given everything charge and been able to do... Oh, no! Oh, Fortune is being a turd muffin. Yeah, Ulfric's Uprising. Yeah, this I mean, I wouldn't doubt that Andy is doing his own special take on it, but I think what we saw there was, or what we're seeing here, is a version of the Nyx Ox combo. Like I said, it was prevalent until I think it was just the Genius Path Mage that got the nerf. I think his cost went up, and it requires a lot more Magicka ramping in order to play everything out, in order to do the one-turn kill. But I think Andy might have, I'm not trying to speak for him, but probably saw at some point, this guy's at 65 health. You're not going to get an OTK with the Nyx Ox unless you can. No, you just can't. Even if you had a full lane, what was that? Would be, boy, if you had 8, yeah, that'd be 40 damage if you had a full lane of Nyx Oxes. If one of them had the, yeah. Anyway, best case scenario, you'd do 40 damage in one turn, depending on what else you might have had on the board. But this, we may be in for a long match here because Reveries has a ton of cards here. AyRoss has a respectable amount. Ulfric's Uprising would have been huge back a few turns ago. But like I said, I think you saw there's no use. And now we see again. Remember, I mentioned it before. This is why sometimes now I like to complain about the unfairness of the game and the unfairness of RNG. But a lot of times it is. You saw him; he was reaching for it. That's what me and maybe a lot of other folks would do. And I'm not saying this is the best play, undeniably. But when it seems like people have the right cards at the right time, sometimes it's because they held on to them at a time where you or I might have, oh, that's actually a great pull there. That's exactly what you need against old Odahviing. All right. Ooh, Nyx Ox. Oh, and Ulfric's Uprising. Holy cow. What a great... Yeah. Look at that. So, Andy, I appreciate you bringing Ulfric's Uprising back to the fore because that card didn't get a lot of play. That and Doppelganger. So, AyRoss here. Reminding you of the cool cards that are in TESL that were forgotten. That's what it seems like. Every time something gets a nerf, it seems like... Oh, wait. Is he not? Wait, I missed it. Is he... I missed it, what? Did he kill off his Baroness? I could have sworn Ulfric's Uprising, and it would have got him a card, it would have got him a bunch of Magicka, would have got him the kill with Odahviing when he could have hit face. Alright, so again, hey, he constructed the deck, he's running the deck. I question because I'm curious, not because I doubt his abilities. We may yet see, and so maybe a Dark Rebirth, and then Ulfric's Uprising.
Fortune smile upon me.
Well, look, Andy, last time you asked for Fortune to favor you, Fortune screwed you over with an Immolating Blast, so I would not count on Fortune doing Jack Diddley's squad. Ooh. And just like that, he's almost got Reveries back down to normal health with 25 damage on the board. Immolating Blast isn't really going to be much of a help here. Although he does have these things, which I don't want to overlook them. If you played a creature... Oh, wow. Wow. Alright, Andy is going to be heading off to work here. This is going to be his final push. And I did confirm it is. I did ask, I said, is this classic Nyx Ox? He said, yes, but with his own twist. Wow. He said it's been going off all day. He's been able to pull it off all day. And to be fair, I think he was on track to do that against his last opponent. But they just... And I would like to think I would have recognized Unite the House deck if we'd come in at the very beginning. I mean, we were only 8 turns in, so really no excuse. Maybe you all saw it and you're going, of course he's doing Unite the Houses. Oh, okay, so let's see here. A little bit of...
What have we here?
Standard card, yeah, 14 to do it. Yeah. Oh! I just noticed... Hold on. Was he running Telvanni last time? I'll have to go back and look. Holy cow. I just assumed Telvanni because Nyx Ox combo has always been Telvanni, but I don't remember any decidedly endurance cards. I don't think so. I think this is what he was running because he just said it's a 14 Magicka combo, so in order to have it go off on turn 7 is crazy, especially in Assassin. And it really is. So, but he said he's been able to get it with some consistency, so I'm looking forward to this.
Laughs in a contest. What could be better?
Should have been more worthy.
I will end you.
Lots of anger here. Lots of anger here. I think our assassin did not have the approval of her family. And he should have been more worthy. I think she's talking to herself. She's really grappling with this situation in her mind. So another thing Andy mentioned, he said, sometimes he's going back and forth on, should I cut, from 3 copies down to 2, or, he's like, but then the next time I reevaluate the deck, I want those 3 copies, and it's hard, especially now for a 75 card deck. I think it's a little bit different. You always, if they're key pieces like your Genius Path Mages and your Ulfric's Uprisings, you definitely want 3 copies just because you got so many more cards to go through. But in Assassin, I think that it becomes a little bit trickier because
There is murder in the air.
oh, nice. Yep, getting the nice triggers there. Okay, we see Viper, Mentor's Ring, Path Mage, Uprising. He's got a lot of the elements here, but he's also facing a very aggressive and very powerful board right now. This is not the typical Empire that you're used to seeing. This is aggressive Empire, which is, yeah, Ross, just like that, we're in big trouble. Yeah.
One strike will be all that is needed.
But Empire, when it first came out, I've said this many times, but I mean, it was, I think that the devs thought that it would be a great, it would be the next. All right, so this one's a wash. I mean, hey, Andy could pull something off here. Me looking at it just as a whatever, I cut my loss and go. But obviously, it would be much better to see him pull something off. So yeah, he's going to be able to harpy down the 7/6.
They won't even see my blade come.
Might do a Dark Rebirth. Nope. Okay. 4/4. So he's still gonna take 8 damage this turn, and that's provided there's nothing else in no reach from Zemillion. Which
Fortune smile upon me.
minus a Dawnbreaker or Ordinator. Okay, wow, that's and of course the bat's gonna hit for 2. So yeah, Andy is gonna be down to 1 health. He will be able to do a Ulfric's Uprising, or no, Ice Storm. They're all too big for Ice Storm. So I mean, an Uprising is the best he's going to be able to do, I think, and that's just going to allow him to shackle 2, and he's still going to be able to get punished. I mean, Queen Baronziah could get everything guard, but he's got Breakthrough. Well, let's see. Okay, he can't play both, so he can do Queen and 1 Dark Rebirth. But yeah, AyRoss has the Breakthrough. Oh no, okay, so he can that'll die. Hang on. Well, no, because the bat's already at a 5/5. That's going to do 1 damage regardless. Yeah, I think Andy's going over it, but I think there's just too many threats on the board, and just with 1 health, that's not great. I would love to be proven wrong, but I think unfortunately this is this is an Empire that came out swinging. Yeah, it's a pretty solid list. Very good draw, to be honest. And wow. Very nice.
Nicely done.
And yeah, just but he can. No, he can't. Dark Rebirth just in the wrong lane. Otherwise, he would have done it. All right, that last game was relatively fast. So we are going to All right, he keeps Mage's Guild, Nyx Ox, and Ulfric. Most certainly to use the Mage's Guild to discount his Uprising. Like I said, he has mentioned he's done this on turn 7 before with Assassin. So hopefully we will see that on display here. Up against Grauterhaus. Grauterhaus? Grauterhaus. Decidedly German, I would say. The name, at least. Sounds pretty cool. Grauterhaus. Wonder what Grauter means. A Grauter? I don't. Maybe it's not supposed to be a hard T. Grauterhaus? Grauterhaus? I don't know. I like the German language. Like, I think particular words sound really like Blitzkrieg. I mean, there's some awesome words in German. Altogether, sometimes foreign languages just sound odd to me no matter what. But Grauterhaus, as we see, playing a Frost Troll, which is something you don't see a whole lot. It's got Regenerate, so, and I mean the 3/1 is a perfect target for it. As a piddly little 1/6, it can't really kill too many things. It will regenerate though, which is.
My bow is ready.
Wait, why would you kill the only target you can actually kill? Oh, wait a minute. Ew. So he's kind of like the Uber version of the 2/5, I'll take your blows with interest, or I'll return your blows with interest, whoever that guy is. He's like a Uber version of that because he regenerates and he started off with more health to begin with. That's pretty cool. I actually had no idea. I thought he just regenerated. I had no idea that he had that ability. I might have to play with it at this point. So hey, hats off to Grauterhaus for playing a card again we don't see very often. Brasilisk is another one. I haven't seen this since Justin Larson, to be honest. But anyway, I'm doing all this talking now because I think it's going to take a little bit of time for Andy to get up the momentum to be able to pull this off. But I mean, he's got Nyx Ox, Path Mage, and Uprising, so I would say he's on track. He is on track to pulling this off, but he does still need some key components. Like you said, it does typically require 14 Magicka, so oof. Wait, what is it again? Okay, however much damage it takes, it gains that much power. That's going to be a problem. That thing is going to snowball. Unless... So yeah, I'd like to say that Andy heard that. I've got an open mic to him, so he heard me say that's going to be a problem. He's like, I've got the answer for you, Jess. Ooh, and Brasilisk. The Brasilisk goes down to the Prophecy Bolt. And AyRoss not doing too bad here. Turn 7, still has 24 health. And he's got a lot of the key components. Now, I'm not entirely sure what. Usually it's Viper, Mentor's Ring. But I've never actually done the Nyx Ox combo. But I know it's a string. And you have to have so much Magicka to kick the string off once you do. And I know you don't want Lyneth in your hand at the time. Alright, so there's one piece. I'm guessing he has more than one Viper. And that is one thing I will give the Nyx Ox combo, because it can seem cruel because it is a lot of kind of like you're hunting for cards on your own. And, but you are having to, it's a two-handed thing. You're having to stave off your opponent with one hand while collecting these pieces. And you might have to use some of those pieces in order to stave off your opponent. And it can get really dicey. I mean, that's true of most combo decks, to be honest. Okay, hang on a second. What are we seeing here?
What could be better?
So Nyx Ox comes down. He's going to get more. He can do Unite, or Uprising, which will trigger Genius Path Mage. I think he's doing the math right now. Current Magicka, so you play him for 7. Okay, so he's not doing it this turn. We might see it next turn. And that's hard too, because it's going to draw something with the exact equal to the cost of the Magicka. So whatever he wants to pull, he's got to make sure he's got the exact Magicka. So I don't even know. you trigger the uprising. I don't know how much magic he's going to end up with. Okay, so he loses some card draw. His opponent now has 13 on the board, and... Alright, so perhaps Blackhand Messenger and then Uprising to stay alive? No? Okay. So he's going to trigger the Nyx Ox. And this is where... I mean, it's still crazy with combo decks, but this is the other element too. Like, even in the complicated decks that I run, or the decks that aren't more or less straightforward,
This way.
there's very few times where I have to count precise. And I mean, I got to believe that was intentional. And that also is a huge testament to the deck building as well. That he... Well, it's not sad, Andy. Come on, man. That was pretty darn cool. I mean, it's not the combo, but it's effective. You gotta, it's fine. That was pretty darn impressive. And your opponent is speechless. He's like, see, and that's the ultimate turn on a dime. He went from looking at taking 13 from Grotterhouse to essentially having almost lethal in both lanes.
I'll take the back.
That's the guy I was thinking of. What's his name again? It's not a bad combo on him either. What is he called? Fearless Northlander.
Here I come.
Alright, so lots of guards in that lane. It's not enough. Oh, wait, it is. It's just enough, actually, to keep him off of lethal for this turn. It looks like Grotterhouse bought himself a stay of execution, but AyRoss is going to pull it off. But yeah, so it's the deck construction, because if you want to make sure that your Path Mage pulls, like say Lyneth, you have to make sure you don't have another one. Which at a 9 cost, there aren't a whole lot of other 9 costs that you'd probably want. So that's not too hard. But like, and same thing probably with Odahviing. Okay, so maybe it's not crazy, but you have to build it knowing. You have to know what you have in your deck and know that this is what I'm going to pull when I play this. Otherwise, you're hosed. Well done, Andy. I found it spectacular. Alrighty, we are sticking with Andy for another one, just to see if he can pull this off. To me, a win's a win, but I mean, he said he was going for something spectacular, so I understand in that regard. It fell a little bit short. But for me, to see an Odahviing come down without the call, dragon, shout nonsense, to be able to mathematically work your way into Odahviing on turn 8 or whatever that was is freaking impressive. And not only that, but it wasn't just, I summoned Odahviing and cleared the board. It was that plus the other, 14 damage he had on board? So what is it? Okay. Oh, okay. So I haven't tried this before. We'll see. He said there's a clip on Reddit. I'll see if I can incorporate that into the video here. This is at the 34-minute mark. Okay, that should be easy enough to remember. So Dagoth, wait, hold on. Dagoth, marking his doppelganger. Wow.
Nice try.
Okay.
Care to go
So yeah, he said, have I shown you Dagoth Ox? I said no. And that is the combo there. Oh. Eclipse Baroness becomes Shriveled Eclipse Mummy. It's cruel and unusual. Chuchiandrina? Screw it. The Abominator. When you have like these rapid consonants where it's like cha-choo, that's when my mind kind of stumbles. It's like, I feel like we should be at the end of the word. Once we have that, that consonant, vowel, consonant, most of the time, contemporarily, that's it. Most names are vowel, consonant, or consonant, vowel. Ryan, Jesse, Andy. Well, though, Andy, vowel, consonant, vowel. I mean, whatever. Shenanigans are already afoot here. Woo! I don't know that that's... It does summon the Path Mage, or does get in the Path Mage. Wondering if... So Genius Path Mage would draw... It's a 3 cost, right? That's the magic he has left? Yep, okay. I guess he can do a rebirth on Nyx Ox next turn. Get himself 12 Magicka. Wait, no, because Path Mage wouldn't trigger again. It occurs to me maybe Andy's just trying to finish this game so he can play the Dagoth Ox. Oh! Well, if he is, that is definitely putting a crimp in the plans.
To our gods.
Brotherhood Assassin coming in early as per custom. Yeah, this is you know, this seems to be like when you see Hallowed Death Priest, I automatically think in Tribunal I think of removal. Like it's a list designed to take things away from the opponent more so than it is to necessarily to win. So all right, he's got a free Dark Rebirth, but right, it's gonna clean off the board. Doesn't really need to fear an Ice Storm. I mean, it'd suck, but Javelin, yep.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
And oh man, he's got all the great triggers. Just, I mean, maybe a Night to Remember for the draw, a Dark Rebirth for the draw. I'm guessing.
A few drinks,
I lurk in the shadows.
Oh my gosh, he is going to be drinking all turn long. That is an absurd amount of.
a few drinks.
They won't even see my blade.
It would be funny if they had like a progressive, like they won't even see my blade coming. They won't see my blade coming. My blade won't see them coming. They won't see my blade when it's coming into the thing, into the stabbiness thing. They won't see that. Wow. Chuchi. Oh, and Poopstone. Come on, Chuchi. Just when I thought we might be able to get along, you drop that turd on the board. Hey. Finish him. I have a bad feeling about this. It's Ice Storm, Immolating Blast, or Dawn's Wrath next turn. And he just doesn't have the bodies to
I
sustain.
lurk in the shadows, waiting.
Oh, another low cost. I mean, that's reach. That's 2 damage. But yeah, I'm picking up Ice Storm vibes. You know how you get that feeling in the wintertime when like your bones ache and it's like, oh, storm's coming? I feel the Ice Storm. Okay. Apparently I was feeling Dawn's Wrath. And that... Nope, he's going to be 2 off. He's going to be 2 off with Black Hand. Maybe... Dang it. He is just getting a bum draw right now. I mean, he could use Fingers to just get rid of Galen. Or Galen. Playing Death Priest and playing Mundus had to be one of the funniest... Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. No! Funniest things to me because it's essentially like playing the Fun Police and then taking a giant confetti color. Yeah. Yep, that was it. Giant confetti colored crap all over the board. Yep. Oh, gosh darn it, I keep hitting the wrong prompt. So yeah, he was saying essentially it's the seeing the Fun Police and then a bunch of confetti, like the world's burning, sets the world on fire afterward. A very apt analogy, I would say. I mean, this is definitely the Fun Police deck. Oh, and a Thief deck. So this is almost combining everything. He can't run whatchamacallit, Guardians. If you could run Guardians, this would be like almost encapsulating everything that I dislike about this game aside from
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
Invade and Workshop. We got Poop Deck, we've got Fun Police, we've got Removal. Another Dark Rebirth. Oh, wait! He's got it! He's got it! Blackhand Messenger. Oh, no, he can't Messenger himself. Because then Dark Rebirth won't exist. Oh, yes, he can! Yes, he can! Duh. Bam! Nicely done, Andy. Nicely done.
We all want to know how to play the game of life before we got to go. He looked at me and said, I've pondered long, listening to Mother Nature's song. And let me tell you, son, life ain't just for fun. But if you want to have a ball, here's how you get it done. You got to swing what you got to save your soul. Swing what you got for it gets old. When troubles get around, don't start in to frown. Just put on your dancing shoes and dance them out of town. The world is full of music, don't you know? Not just what is on your radio. So here's my answer, boy, for everlasting joy. Just swing what you got to save your soul.
Okay, next up is Kfluffy.npo-Friends, who is, to my great delight, playing a expertise deck. And it said in an event. So this is his gauntlet deck. I'm not sure if this is the one he's been using or if this is just for this particular run, but that is what we're seeing, as we do not have the arena icons, nor do we have the ladder icons, nor is this a friendly match. And it also said an event. So, wow. Oh, we had exact lethal. What is this gonna thwart that? It is. Wow, this is a lot faster than I expected it would be. But, oof, wow. I mean, that's all right. Kfluffy has more than enough to refill the board there. He's still got the Divine Fervor. That is going to make sure everything he's got is pretty impressive. And we might see the Guilt-Sworn Oathman. Okay, I thought we might see that in the left lane just in case he gets Dawn's Wrath.
Speak, citizen.
No. Okay. He does have Channeled Sworn and Guild-Sworn Bloodluster, which does allow him to fight her. Or to fight. Oh, but he's gonna douche for the one! I'm always looking at the wrong place, my gosh. Good stuff, Kfluffy. Okay, and we have come upon Vincenzo, who is battling Gilzard. Gilzard, and this is on the ladder. Vincenzo in the tower. Gilzard at the lady. Courting the lady, as I decided I will now say. We're in the ladder, we're courting the lady. We're gawking awkwardly at the... We're gawking at the awkward Atronach. We're joining the thief. And we're becoming legends. That's the progress there. Alright, so... And just a little teaser, I do believe Vincenzo is going to be starting his own channel. And when that happens, I will most assuredly let you know. Because he is a high-level player, and if you're able to see, and he does his own commentary and everything, so if you're able to see him at work, more often, I believe, I haven't put all these together yet. I'm shooting all one big batch, and then I'm going to break it up, so I'm not sure where it's going to fall, but I know there's going to be, in some of the next, either in this video or the ones that are coming, there's going to be a few games with his commentary already, but it's like, if you've got the know-how and the... Oof! Dawnbreaker. Oh, it does set him up. Oh, and he gets a prophecy out of the mix, unfortunately. And he doesn't have a way to preserve his 9-2, so she will die to the grizzled
What did you expect? A friendly
fellow. The grizzled gourmet. But yeah, so I won't say any more about that. It's possibly in the works, from what I understand, but just wanted to tease that out there. I think he's a lot of fun to watch, and like I said, you get your own commentary from him. Also, just a little plug here. Probably at this point on Sunday, released a video. Kind of, it's in between. It's not I'ma push buttons exactly. It's a play along. Vincenzo and I playing Divinity: Original Sin, the first game. It's we're kind of getting our feet. We're kind of like figuring things out there, but we're gaining momentum as we play. So that's there. Also, if you're interested in that kind of game and some co-op. Anyway, enough of plugging other things. Let us focus on the here and now. Both players have a nice chunk of cards. At this point, Vincenzo definitely has the advantage on that. Also has the health advantage. And he is denying puppers the chance to change that. And right now he has the dominant board state as well.
Prepare yourself.
So I'm curious. I'm trying to get my bearings. If I'd stop talking about things that have nothing to do with the game, I might be able to figure out what exactly this guy is running.
Here we make our stand.
That's a great card to have Drain on.
All will be consumed.
I think we're going to see a trade and an Ice Storm here. The 3-2 trade into the 5-4 tier. And yeah, I'm thinking Ice Storm. Could be wrong. But I'm not. And possibly A-Ren, yeah.
Ancestors bless us.
So things looking pretty good for Vincenzo at this point. Continuing to whittle Gil down in the healths. And another Mundustone! My goodness gracious, why is Poopstone becoming just like ubiquitous? And a thief. Okay. Sorry, Gil. You know, a lot of times, obviously, I'm gonna if it's not where I'm seeing two friends, I'm gonna pull for whoever it is that I'm spectating for. But it doesn't mean I'm necessarily rooting against the other player. It just means I'm rooting for the person that I know and who I'm following. But then there are things like Poopstone that make me go, nope, I'm not going to pull you. Like, I'll even pull for folks that I'm watching when they play, like, Guardians.
You must be cleansed.
I mean, this is just... So, I'm finding it a little ironic that this guy runs so much silence in combination with Mundustone. So he's got a doggy rot.
We must
7,
protect
8.
the wellspring.
I don't know if we'll see the harpy come down to... Nope, okay. Probably saving that for a drain creature. I was going to say to keep the Shadowfen from...
Reverse!
So it's probably going to be a drain, and he's hoping to roll charge on it. And Poopstone, because it is Poopstone, may very well do just that. Don't do him dirty, Poopstone. Okay, that's actually probably not at all what Gil wanted.
I will prepare something special for them.
And that is what he wanted, but Cloud Rest is going to enable a nice trade here. Oh! Nope, not even worried about it. Okay. So what is he planning then? I wonder. Okay. Hive Defender and Black Dragon?
Blessings upon you.
Interesting. Okay. My temptation is, at this point when I'm running low on cards, like, I want A-Ren to hit my face. I want her to give me a card, but that can get dangerous. Another drain. Poopstone doing Poopstone. So I'm hoping he pings the 2-1 just so that Vincenzo can get another card. I don't know that Gil is going to hit with her, though. Another? Wow. I mean, the only good news is that Gil's almost out of cards, and Vincenzo does have Cloud Rest. And Wild's Incarnate, yes! Great pull. Great to see that there.
They shall have nowhere to hide.
Another prophecy from Gil. Mummifies to 7-2. Ooh, Odaving is going to be fantastic here. So I would say, barring something very, very bizarre, Vincenzo has this all stitched up. Gil is going to get an extra Magicka next turn, but probably not survive long enough to do anything with it.
Dinner is
I mean, he is alive for this turn until Odaving comes down.
I will prepare something special for them.
Okay, well, Odaving's not going to solve the problem. And the Black Dragon is immune to lethal, so that's nice. But not immune to math. 3 plus 2 is 5. Ooh, that seemed a little vengeful. But I mean, up against Poopstone, I would understand that.
Walk.
Oh no! No!
I draw power from these trees.
I mean, at least she didn't get ward, but oh my gosh. Wilds Incarnate first, get that draw. Okay, yeah, lower cost draw. This way, not what you want. Crusader's Assault. Is that good? No, it's not good. Oh, I didn't know how that was going to work. It gave them health just...
Prepare to die.
What I meant to say was, now prepare to die.
Dinner is
Black Dragon falling to mathematics.
By the aid, a fine battle.
Boom. Nicely done, Vincenzo.
This episode brought to you by Dragonrend, a suite of neutral shouts created by Vincenzo, who's really great at bringing actual Skyrim and Elder Scrolls lore into his card creation. So in this case, it is a 6-cost shout. got a little extra. Maybe it's there for like the hiss of the serpent. I don't know, but it has level 6 shout. Level 1, destroy an enemy dragon. So depending on what that dragon is, that alone could be a very impressive shout. That's why I think he's costed at 6. I think in the comments somebody said you could probably have this at a cost of 5. Because of its very narrow effect. I mean, if you're playing a deck that has no dragons, these are just dead cards. There could definitely be a discussion about that, but a 6 cost, essentially, that is, it's not even coming into play until a time where you could be taking on a pretty big dragon. So this is almost like an anti-Call Dragon card, really, which is great that it's also in neutral. It's kind of like its mirror nemesis there, because it is essentially saying, okay, if you're going to spit out a Odaving on turn 8 with a buffed up shout, Call Dragon shout, I'm going to be able to destroy it with a 6-cost removal. Level 2, banish an enemy dragon. Sorry, I should have emphasized that differently. First one is destroy an enemy dragon. Second one is banish. So the first one is essentially a piercing javelin. Second one is your cast into time, which obviously means the dragon is not there to be reborn. So if you do get rid of a Parthenax or Odaving or Alduin, it is banished. It can no longer come back. Again, 6 cost, banish. Really not bad considering... And that was what he said also, which is very keen. Neutral cards usually don't have quite the value of their colored counterparts. So it's a 5-cost piercing javelin, a 5-cost cast into time, but because they're neutral, he doesn't want there to be the exact same value, so he gave them an extra point, which I think is fair. I think that's great. It can be hard to do when you're creating cards and you want them to be the coolest ever. It can be very easy to overlook a detail like that, but I think he's right on the money with that as to why it costs more and why it makes sense in terms of how the devs created the game and made the neutral cards to be able to parallel a lot of the effects of the other colored attributes, but at a little bit of a higher cost. So that fits right in. So the first two essentially are slightly overcosted javelins and cast into times. The third one, banish an enemy dragon and all other cards with the same name from your opponent's discard pile and deck. And I believe he said this is a hard counter to the Alduin Midnight Burial combos. So, if they bury three Alduins, you can not only banish an enemy dragon, but you banish all of them, all of them in there. So it's kind of like a Piercing Twilight specifically for dragons. So really good card. I like the art. It's a little more, I don't know, I don't want to say sketchy as in like sketchy, but like it's not quite as fleshed out as most of the art, but it's a great art piece in general. Very fitting with the what the effect is. It's almost like the Edict of Azura, only after it's gone through. So it's like Edict has gone through, Edict has faded away, Dragon now falling from the sky with blood coming out. This is like Edict Part 2. So I'd like to see like something with the Edict art. I mean, not that exact art, but that style, and then having the Dragon fall. But honestly, even as is, it's great. So a great card. I think they're very fair. The problem I think is that they're designed against that specific meta, which is not only dragon heavy but resurrect dragon heavy. Because I play dragons. If whether you destroy or banish it, I don't have a way to bring it back. So archer, dragon archer. So these are essentially 6 cost specific removal for my dragon. They can't target my Tazcat or what have you. They're just there, and few of my dragons actually cost more than 6. So this would be a little bit rough for that. And then banish all the cards of that same name. That could be an effect. I mean, if you want to, although I think, if I'm not mistaken, most of my dragons, except for small ones like Tiny Dragon, most of them I only run 2 of, like Blood Dragon and things. So I would say, and I don't want to pat myself on the back or anything, but if you're playing a fair or a non-abusive dragon list and an effective one, these I think will be a little less effective or a little less potent for their cost, and to have 3 copies of 6 cost cards that may not be good against a lot, it's rough. But if you have been burned that much by Midnight Burial and Alduins or Call Dragons, then this is your solution. So I think having it as an option is great. It's just going to take a pretty heavy toll. That's 3 card slots at 6 costs that against a lot of decks, maybe every deck depending on the meta and depending on the day, that don't even run dragons. So I think it's fair. I think it's great as it is. It would just be a matter of, are you really banking on coming across that many dragon-specific decks? But anyway, great card, great art, great lore-friendly inclusion from Vincenzo. And now, back to the games.
Alrighty, we are rejoining Kfluffy, who is running his expertise deck in the arena. And I chastised him for finishing the other game too fast. I said, expertise is supposed to be a nurture deck. You build your board, you gradually, increase into it. You don't just destroy the game in under 12 turns. So he's up against Frigidity, I guess. Frigidity, yeah. And we're still early enough in, but Frigidity, I mean, at this point, with Kfluffy's health total, Frigidity, I'm afraid, is probably done for. Because usually mono red, you go mono red because you want your Mighty Allies to trigger, and you're just heavy aggro. If you're not close to closing it out by turn 7, you're in some trouble there. So, guessing we're going to see either Fervor. He could do Renowned Instructor and Manic Mutation if he wanted. Or Rapid Shot. Probably doesn't want to waste Rapid Shot on himself. But if you wanted to trigger Renowned Instructor, you could.
Step and strike. Good. You're getting it.
Okay.
Time to join the fight.
Yeah, Vincenzo was agreeing, like the timing of the Dark Seducer made him roll his eyes. And yeah, that's the thing. Redoran, I'm going to drain myself out of, or heal myself out of danger. Redoran, that is the thing. It's between the Chanter. That was what I was trying to remember. The Daedra Chanter, who heals for his health, double his health essentially, or double his power. Oof. And Magnus getting, or the Grummite getting, I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember what the action was that he had. Couldn't have been anything amazing.
Chimeric spirit of the sky, guide us.
But Kfluffy is going to continue to push.
Time to join the fight.
And this looks to be it's going to be another under turn 12 finish with expertise. Love seeing it. Love to see it. Expertise is probably one of my favorites. I don't know why. You never know why certain decks are your favorite, why certain mechanics work for you or bring you joy, but there's something about it that I really like. Maybe it's the synergy and the fact that it is kind of fair. Like, you have to have, like, your cards have to survive until the end of the turn, so you can lose them on a prophecy and things like that, but there's, I don't know, there's some good fun synergy there. I was going to say, unless Frigidity has like a mass or area of effect, which the only thing I was thinking of was Plunder. What is that? Burn and Pillage. Burn and Pillage. But Burn and Pillage requires you to break runes in order to use it. And Kfluffy is going to finish it out quickly. All right, and as much as I would love to just stick with Kfluffy and watch his climb, Yeah, okay. Said he had a bad luck at the end of run 2, which I can relate to. 9-1, 8-3. Holy cow!
Welcome, friend.
And now he's 1-0 in his new one. So that's where we're at. But Bananaschwob is also playing, and I want to take a gander at what he's got up his sleeve. I'm not seeing a dragon in his hand, so I'm a little perplexed right now. But I think he is running more or less classic mid-battle mage. So we're going to see some warded stuffs.
Care to make a friendly
Some Breton conjurers and things of that nature. Outfeet conjurers. Seeing Channeled Storm on. Yep, that's a great answer for her, and he's really got a good. Wait a minute. Am I friends with Xanthopus? I feel like I've seen that name before.
Watch yourself now.
Well, if these are in alphabetical order. Okay, no, I guess not.
Let's shed some light.
Probably
on the problem.
seen him in a game before. The name just sounds familiar. All right. Bananaschwob softening up the old coyote. Interesting to see if he lightning bolts. It's going to depend on whether... Oof. I was going to say on whether Xanthopus is able to play a bigger creature there. No, this is going to be a close one for Bananaschwob. Okay, so he can remove all but 3 of the damage there. That's good. Bolted the coyote, rapid shot the wardcrafter. Rapid shot in cases like this, you want to hold on to it. Well, typically you want to hold on to rapid shots, but in cases like this, where your opponent has made no bones about their willingness to give you cards by breaking runes, it becomes a little less imperative for you to hold on to those rapid shots because you're not going to be worried about card draw. Really, you want to hold on to them mostly for your Breton Conjurers, which I'm guessing he's running.
I come bearing gifts.
And Xanthopus just continuing to push that damage, getting him down to under 10. And he's just all the stuff. I've been in this position so many times, and it's so unfortunate. Alfik is a loss. He can't play Belly G. He can Lightning Bolt.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
That's a loss, though, isn't it? Oh, no, with the ward. Okay. All right, that keeps him alive for the time being. It's a good call. I was thinking Lightning Bolt might have been really the only way to go, but
You are no match.
so he does the 3 there, and so I was thinking he'd be able to hit for 6, but okay, nope, he had the answers anyway. Just relentless assassin. Banana being a great sport about as always. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and a salute to all of you who have played, who have put your skills on display, and who have shown us or reminded us of some really cool cards that maybe haven't gotten played in a while. Doppelganger, Ulfric's Uprising, and hopefully we'll see some more of those as we forage into the ladder. But for now, I bid you all adieu, and a reminder to keep playing.